It's May 9th, and the strange side of history awaits. Today, we have a thief bold enough to flatten a crown, an explorer accused of hiding the truth, and a false rumor that spread across the nation. Let's begin. On May 9th, 1671, one of the most unbelievable crimes in British history unfolded inside the walls of the Tower of London. A man named Thomas Blood walked calmly into the tower disguised as a humble clergyman. For weeks, he had carefully earned the trust of the 77-year-old jewel keeper, Talbot Edwards, smiling politely, sharing drinks with him, even visiting his home like an old friend. But this was all a lie. That morning, Blood returned with several accomplices. As Edward escorted them into the jewel house, the men suddenly attacked. The elderly keeper was struck with a mallet and stabbed, pinned to the floor, while Blood grabbed the crown jewels of England itself. Knowing that the royal crown was too large to hide beneath his clothes, Blood pulled out a hammer and began flattening it. Beside him, another thief tried to saw a royal scepter in half, and for a moment it almost worked. The gang fled towards the iron gate with the damaged jewels hidden beneath their coats. But behind them, the wounded Edwards somehow staggered to his feet, screaming for help. Guards flooded the tower, and Thomas Blood was captured before he could escape. And yet, he was never executed. Instead, when he was brought before King Charles II, Blood reportedly amused the king so much that he was pardoned, granted land, and welcomed into royal circles. And just like that, a man who tried to steal the crown jewels walked away free. On May 9, 1926, explorer Richard E. Byrd climbed into a small aircraft on a frozen island of Norway and then disappeared into the Arctic sky. Beside him sat pilot Floyd Bennett. Beneath them stretched hundreds of miles of empty ice, a white wilderness so deep that a single engine failure would mean freezing to death in silence. Their plane, the Josephine Ford, was attempting something no human had officially done before: fly over the North Pole. For nearly 16 hours, the world waited. Then, they returned, claiming victory. Newspapers exploded with headlines. Crowds celebrated him as a hero. He received medals, fame, and a place in history as the first man to conquer the top of the world. But decades later, strange cracks began to appear in the story. In 1996, archivists opened his private diary and discovered erased navigational calculations hidden inside. Analysts studied the numbers and noticed something unsettling. According to the aircraft's speed and fuel and weather conditions, the journey was impossible. Some experts believe an oil leak forced him to turn around nearly 150 miles before reaching the pole. Others pointed to an old rumor whispered for years that Floyd Bennett privately confessed they never made it. If it is true, one of the greatest exploration triumphs in the 20th century may have been built on a lie, told above a frozen ocean where no one was there to witness it. On May 9, 1940, a strange rumor began spreading across the Netherlands. People whispered that Queen Wilhelmina was dead. Others claimed she had already been captured by Nazi agents. No one seemed to know the truth. Across Europe, Hitler's armies were already moving. Trains vanished into blackout darkness, soldiers run, radios crackled with confused reports as the sound of war crept closer by the hour. Then, before dawn, Germany invaded. Bombers roared over the Dutch cities, and panic spread through the country. Somewhere inside the chaos, Queen Wilhelmina was secretly rushed under heavy guard. British warships waited to pull her across the North Sea before German forces could reach her, but ordinary civilians never saw her leave, and the silence became terrifying. Within hours, rumors exploded on the streets. Some believed the royal family had been massacred. Others claimed German commandos had already stormed the palace. The fear only deepened when people learned of a specialized Nazi team that had been sent specifically to capture the queen. But, according to accounts, the Germans arrived at the palace less than an hour after she escaped. For a brief moment, the entire nation believed the queen had vanished. Days later, her voice suddenly returned over a radio from London, alive. In the chaos of an invasion, rumors spread faster than facts, and for a while, an entire country believed its beloved queen had vanished forever. Another day, another strange bite from history. Like, comment, and subscribe. Your next eerie dose is just a day away.